Hello and welcome to the weather updates, 9 p.m. October 15, 2020. And we had another pretty decent day across the area. Plenty of sunshine, but did have a lot more high clouds than yesterday, so it wasn't the nice blue sky we hit yesterday. Right now, it's kind of mild out there, 66. Southwest wind at 17, gusting to 23 with a dew point of 59 at Farmingdale. We're going to go ahead and start with the current conditions across the area, what's going on across our country right now. And you can see the frost and freeze warnings out. That's where the trough is. That's the cold air mass that's coming our way. And we look at across our area, though, you will see here that temperatures are up into the mid-60s. So we are above normal once again today. We'll look at the climatology, too. I'm kind of curious. We're at the halfway point for October. I'm pretty sure we're running above normal, but we'll have to take a look at that, too. So you can see the wind gusts here. We got some wind gusts, 29, 27 miles an hour. Mid-60s pretty much everywhere. We'll throw the dew point in here, and you'll see dew points also in the low 60s and upper 50s, so a bit humid out there. We're going to go and look at the high temperature for today across the area. See what the high temperatures were across the area today. Oh, yeah, look at how much warmer it was. Oh, my gosh, look at New Jersey. Oh, my God. It got up to the mid-70s in Toms River. Yeah, it's very hot there. Very hot. Fortunately for us, there was a little more of a sea. We had a decent sea breeze on Long Island, so temperatures were, as soon as they appear. Long Island was a lot cooler. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70. So a lot better than New Jersey. Where it was much hotter. And I'll look at some more of the reports from Toms River as well. This is why, you have to think about how you deal with the heat, and it's significantly hotter there. If I ever had to live there, that would be a real challenge for me. I do not do well in warm weather. So, yeah, got up to the mid-70s. Look at that. Wow, yeah, mid-70s in Toms. 76 in Toms River. That is really hot. Wow. Yeah, like I said, it's hell there. That's why New Jersey has a devil, because it's hell. All right. I don't want to have to, but that's up to a number of things that are going on that we're not going to talk about in this video. Let's go take a look at the climatology here. Because I'm pretty sure we're above normal here across the area. So I'm going to look at islip. It's the wrong one. Sorry. My mistake. We'll look at Central Park and we'll look at islip. So we'll look at the daily climate report and see how we're running above normal for the month. Let's see. It's got the average temperature here. I don't know. So 71, the normal high for today is supposed to be 64. So that's 64 is the normal high. So we're 7 degrees above normal for the day. 7 degrees above normal. So that is significant. That is significant. I'm sure islip was similar setup with almost 7 degrees above normal. We can look at the preliminary monthly data as well for Central Park. So that's what I want to kind of look at and see how we're averaging. Are we averaging above normal? Let's see. 66.9 is the average temperature. Let's see. Does it have the actual? Does it calculate that? I don't see that here. I was hoping it would, but I'm pretty sure we are running above normal for the month. The average is 66.9. Average maximum, average minimum. But they don't seem to have a whatever. I'm sorry, I can't find the data for you. I really am. We'll have to wait until the end of the month, obviously. I was hoping they would provide that information. If it's there, I'm sorry if I missed it. But anyway, no, I didn't mean to do that. So let's look at the satellite here, and you'll see this front approaching here. And here is the front. So you can see it's barely moving. It's moving very slowly. We'll look at the CONUS view as well. You can see it's moving very slowly. So you have this. You can clearly see the trough here. In fact, you know, we can actually use the Canadian view. There's another view you can use. So it's actually another view, so you can really see. Look at that. You can really see the trough nicely here. So we can clearly see this deep trough in the jet stream right here. It's just diving down right here. So behind it, there's some really cold air that's coming down from Canada, and so it's going to really drop the temperatures. But the heart of the cold air is going into the upper Midwest, and we'll see some of it, but not all of it. So let's go to the models now, and we're going to take a look at. See, first I want to check NHC out, see if there's anything to note here. Nothing here. What about the, we're going to just go to the Weather Prediction Center. So you get a map. This will give you the weather map. So you can see here's that slow-moving cold front and a big broad area of cold high pressure over the center of the country. So we'll start with our upper air, and we're going to go to the North American view. So here we go. We'll start with our upper air, and you see there's that big trough, and it's going to slide east, but slowly, and you can see the heart of the trough kind of stays in the Midwest. So we get a little bit of cold air, but then the ridge builds back in the east, and it's kind of centered in the Midwest. We might have to wait till next weekend for a much stronger shot of cold air to come in, and then toward the end of the month, hopefully, we'll see more cold air. But unfortunately, right now, the cold air is just transient, and then we go back above normal again. You can see here that looking for any tropical systems that might form here. That one right there, right now, it just seems to have something very weak. But we have to keep an eye on it because you can see what it does. It kind of gets pulled into the trough, which is always a concern for us. If you have a major storm and you have a ridge here, that's kind of the pattern. If that ridge is a little stronger and the trough is a little more to the west, that's the kind of pattern that would pull a tropical system in toward us. And wouldn't you know, it's the end of October, right around the same time of the year when Sandy hit. So this is the kind of pattern we have to watch out for, is what I'm saying. So we'll go back and change this to the North American region, and we will look at the temperature anomalies for the, like I said, this one's going to be a little more over a long-range outlook because we didn't do that the last time. So see, there's the above normal, and then we go back to below normal, but you can see the heart of the below normal stays in the west. And then here we go again. Nice plunge right here. You're going to enjoy some nice cold weather in the Dakotas, but unfortunately here you can see the trough is mostly in the middle of the country, and we're kind of missing out on the cold air, and it's not really a great pattern if you want to get cold air in the east. You have to wait until maybe a little later on, but we have to get that trough a little more east so we can get colder air, and hopefully that'll happen. And it looks like toward the end of the month, hopefully we'll see that below normal pattern develop, because like I said, I'm pretty sure we've been above normal with the temperature so far this month, most of the time. So let's go to the surface, and you will see here that there is that front that's going to come through. It's going to bring us a lot of rain tomorrow. A wave is going to form along it, and that's why it's not gonna. It's going to be another rainy day, unfortunately. And then we finally get rid of the rain by Saturday. We have a nice day Saturday, but the high quickly slides off, and we get into that crappy return flow again. And you can see there's that tropical system right there. So here's the high building in. But what could happen is it could get in the wrong spot, and that's something we have to be concerned about. You can see this actually could be a tropical storm or a hurricane. And again, we're a ways off, but the models continue to indicate something forming there. We're not sure where it's going to go right now. It has it going to Nova Scotia, but this is something to watch because if the pattern changes, it could head our way, and that's something we have to be very concerned about because we've seen it before. And it's way in the future, so it's kind of hard to really pinpoint exactly what's going to happen. let's go a little closer to our area here, and we will take a look at tomorrow's rain. Um, because the rain should start probably in the afternoon, and the problem is it's going to linger through the afternoon, through the evening, into the early morning, and then it's finally out of here by later in the morning. So it's going to be another one of those rainy day affairs with a slow-moving system. And according to this, we could see a lot. According to GFS, it could have 2 inches or more, or there's a stripe at 2 inches or more. Right, the GFS thinks it'll set up over New York City into parts of central Jersey, with the east end of Long Island getting less and more west as you go further west. But it's hard to pinpoint exactly where that's going to be. We can look at some of the other models and take a look at the NAM, for instance. Look at the NAM 12 kilometer. And the NAM has a different look to it, so it has more of the heavier. It has it more of a widespread area of 1 to 2 inches of rain. And if we go and we look at the radar simulation here, you will see here that the rain, it starts in the afternoon and then it just lingers. Get a little bit of a break, maybe the worst of it's off to the west, and then the heavier stuff comes through around 8 o'clock, and then it rains all the evening long, and then there's a heavy area of rain that kind of hangs out over the Twin Forks sometime after midnight. Then that finally moves away, and then we have a much drier and colder day on Saturday as that moves away, as we deal with that. So we can also look at the HRRR as well. Don't really have enough of the 0Z, and we're going to have to look at the 18Z one. So this is the HRRR, and you can see it has most of the rain, heavier rain, off to the west, and it doesn't really bring it in until later in the day, like 6 o'clock or so, and then it kind of has it lingering, but not as heavy as the GFS. Let's see what the HRRR has as far as rainfall goes. It looks a little more like the NAM's presentation again. So you have 2 different camps here as far as what's going to happen. It's really very hard to say what's going to happen. That's for sure. But another indication of where the front is looking at the dew point. So let's go ahead and look at that. Back this up over here. So look at the dew point on the NAM. You can see the dew point's rising. It's humid out, and the NAM has the humidity. You can see where that front is. Exactly where it is. This is around 2 o'clock tomorrow, and you can see right over the Nassau-Suffolk line, and then the drier air slowly moves into the area. But the rain, this is an ANA, they call this an ANA frontal boundary, when the rain is actually mostly behind the front. So that's what you're going to see with this wave going along it. And then the dew points drop. On Saturday, much drier air comes into the picture, but then we see that return flow start on Sunday. So, you got an idea. Tomorrow is going to kind of suck. So let's go ahead and look at the temperatures. So, as we go into tomorrow, you will see, we start off, there's that front. You could clearly see where the warm air is. It could be near 70 on the east end, while the western part of Long Island could be in the low 60s or even upper 50s. And then it's going to turn much colder. Temperatures dropping by the evening to around 50, and then into the 40s. Saturday morning is going to be chilly. We're going to be in the low 40s. It's going to be windy, and we only make it up as high as the upper 50s, maybe 60 degrees. And then we drop. It's going to be a pretty chilly night, probably getting down into the low 40s, low to mid 40s, except maybe around freezing in the colder spots like the Pine Barrens. And then for Sunday, we go back up into the low 60s, and then you could see that we kind of go back above normal again. We got above normal weather, and you could see this all has stall front syndrome written over it for next week, unfortunately. So the weather's going to suck. We have that warm air, and these fronts it's hard to get them through. And then again, it's like the pattern repeats. We get the cold air on the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday we get the cold air back into the picture again. So let's look at the skies. See. Obviously, we're going to have plenty of clouds around tomorrow with that front and the rain, the showers and stuff. Here's what Saturday looks like, and starts off with some clouds, but then by the afternoon, it should clear out, and it should be very nice by the afternoon, just very windy. And then for Sunday, it's going to be, we'll have some more of those clouds increasing again, high clouds, and I'm not going to see next week will be pretty junky with the pattern we'll be in. We'll have to wait for that front to come through on the weekend. So enjoy Saturday, because that's going to really be your only day with some decent skies, I think. The rest of the days are going to be kind of junky. So let's look at the NAM, which of course is a higher resolution, so we can look at that. So you can see when the clearing will occur. So the clearing should occur mostly over New Jersey. So probably by the morning, probably New Jersey should have some sunshine, and it does clear out Long Island too. So the NAM moves those clouds out pretty quickly. But then Sunday we may have to deal with some more high clouds. Of course, this isn't going to go as far. I don't think the RGM is going to go as far either. I can look at that as well. We'll look at the RGM too. So here's the RGM. Again, you see it clears right out. But for Sunday, you can see that cirrus will probably be around with that return flow again that you're going to be dealing with the increasing temperatures. So I think that'll bring this weather update to an end. Get ready for a rainy day tomorrow. It's going to suck. Hopefully, maybe the rain won't be too heavy. Otherwise, a lot of us are going to be stuck inside because a lot of us don't like going out in the rain, especially me. Have a good night, everybody.